Hello and welcome back. We're going to continue talking about the ABO blood types, okay? But now we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about what exactly we're talking about when we talk about blood type A or blood type B, all right? So the little biconcave discs that I'm going to draw here that are squeaky are going to represent our red blood cells, okay? And goodness, I think it's about time I retire that pink marker. Okay, so we've got our 4 red blood cells here. We're going to kind of outline the difference between what it means to be A type, B type, AB type, or O. Okay, so what this locus encodes for in the genome, it's going to encode for certain tags that go on the outside of the red blood cells, okay? Folks who have type A blood, and I always draw these as A's, okay, have that tag on the outside of their red blood cells, okay? Folks who have type B have the B tag on the outside of their red blood cells. Okay? Folks who have type AB blood have both tags. Okay? This is what it means for this to be codominant. Okay? That codominance is what kind of distinguishes folks who have type AB blood as being a little bit unique, okay? So they're going to have both tags on the outside, okay? And then we've got type O blood down here, also a little bit unique, because being recessive at that locus doesn't put any tags on the outside of the red blood cell of somebody who's type O, okay? And because you don't have any tags, type O blood, specifically it's going to be O negative, and we'll talk about the positives and negatives in the next video, all right? But type O blood is considered the universal donor. And it's the universal donor because it doesn't have any tags on the outside of it, so it's not going to trigger the immune system of somebody if this type of blood is transfused in, okay? For the record, this is my blood type up here. I'm O negative, all right? The other one that's going to be unique is going to be type AB blood, okay? Specifically AB positive. This is going to be our universal recipient. Okay? AB positive blood is the universal recipient because it's got all the tags on the outside of it. Okay? So the person's immune system who has type AB positive blood isn't going to recognize any of those tags as foreign, because they're set up to have the recognition pattern for all of that, okay? So we've got the tags on the outside of our blood cells. So what happens when you're talking about donating blood and you've got a transfusion rejection, okay, or incompatibility? Okay, there's another component to the ABO blood type that's going to involve the immune system. Okay, the immune system is responsible for making antibodies. Okay, those antibodies are there to attack any foreign substances. Okay? So what's going to happen with each individual, okay? If you have type A blood, all right, folks who have type A blood will make antibodies to type B blood, to the protein or the carbohydrate that's associated with the B, okay? If you have type B blood, they are going to make antibodies to type A, okay, that carbohydrate that makes up type A. Folks who are codominant, who have both type A and type B, don't make the antibodies. That's what allows them to be the universal recipient, because they don't have the part of their immune system that's going to recognize other blood types as being foreign, okay? So they have no antibodies. People who have type O blood are also going to be unique because they are going to make antibodies to both A and B, okay? So that's why folks who have type O blood can only receive type O blood, because if they get type B blood, they've got antibodies circulating that will attack it and destroy it because it's recognizing it as foreign, all right? Likewise, if somebody with type O blood gets type A blood, they're going to attack those red blood cells, okay? So the antibodies that are made are always going to be opposite to whatever the blood type is, okay? Because it would be very detrimental for somebody with type A blood to make antibodies to type A blood, because what their body would do, what their immune system would do, is they would destroy their own red blood cells. That would be bad, okay? So it's always going to be opposite. If you've got type O or type A blood, you're going to make type B antibodies. If you've got type B blood, you're going to make type A antibodies, all right? Because our AB is unique and is codominant, it has both tags on the outside of it. It would be detrimental if it made B antibodies, because that would destroy the red blood cells. It would be detrimental if it made A antibodies, because that would destroy the red blood cells. So folks with type AB blood don't make antibodies to the other alleles, okay? Folks who have type O blood, there are no tags on the outside of their red blood cells, so they're going to make antibodies to both, all right? So that's where that plays into with blood types and transfusions, which is what really you're going to be most interested in understanding as far as being a future healthcare provider, okay? You have to match the blood type of the person who is receiving the donation to the person who is donating, okay? So somebody who has type A blood can receive blood from someone else who's type A, but they can also receive blood from somebody who's type O, because those type O red blood cells don't have any tags on the outside of them. So there's nothing to trigger the immune system, all right? So type O blood can go into any of these other three blood types, okay? So somebody who's AB can receive type O blood, somebody who's type B can receive O blood, somebody who's type A, okay? So I've got a chart, I think, in the PowerPoints that I blatantly stole from the Red Cross on blood transfusions and compatibilities. Okay, so if you're talking about blood type A, they can receive type A or type O. If we're talking about blood type B, they cannot receive type A, Goodness. That would be detrimental. That would trigger a transfusion reaction. They can receive type B or type O, okay? Folks who are type AB can receive type A blood, type B blood, AB blood, or O. That's what makes them the universal recipient, okay? Folks who have type O, all right, and that's kind of off the screen there. Hold on. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to put type O up here just because that's where I have room, okay? Type O can only receive type O. That's good. I can spell. You can tell I'm getting near the end of making this video because I keep making spelling mistakes. But we've got type O blood. Okay, that's what makes them the universal donor. Type O, type O, type O, type O. Okay? They don't have any of the tags on the outside of the blood cells. That's what makes them the universal donor. Okay? Hopefully this makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know.